Hello and welcome to Uplift. My name is Billie Frances. I'm very glad we're here. We're getting together yet again to share some time together. We're going to start with a prayer today, of course, and then I'm going to lead you in a meditation. So we'll start a series of meditations to uplift you as well. So please join me in a prayer treatment. We absolutely know that God is present. God is all there is. And that perfection, that joy, that love, that good that is God is right now where I am and right where each person is, at the very heart of us. Sourcing our lives, breathing our breath, being us. And I know that that is the truth about each and every one, each and every aspect of this wonderful thing called life. And so we are here to celebrate that, to uplift that vibration of that level of good. So knowing that all is held in that one, I give thanks and know it is good and know it is done. And so it is. So I'm delighted to lead you in a meditation today. So what a wonderful time to do that, yes? What a wonderful time as we come together to just settle in, allow ourselves to go inward just a bit more, to have the wisdom of, well, we're doing something today called Wisdom from the Future. So what an opportunity as we're in the conditions we're in now to think ahead to a bright and successful and loving future. So we'll be doing a guided visualization. At the end of that, of course, we'll have a prayer. And hopefully you'll enjoy this. I assume that if you are listening, you're in a safe place, not operating any heavy machinery like a car, but hopefully you're able to just relax and settle in and close your eyes. So I invite you to do that now, perhaps getting very comfortable in your chair. You can even lie down to do this as you listen. But the most important thing is that you have the intention to go inward just a little bit more and to hear and experience some wisdom. Not that's being imposed upon you, but that is coming from within you. So I invite you now, if you're settled in just a little bit, to first focus your attention on your breath. And just noticing the quality of your breath today. Nothing to change, just an observation. And where in your body do you actually feel your breath? It might be in your abdomen, it might be in your chest. Certainly feeling some air leaving and entering your nose or mouth. So that's all we're doing right now, is just breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. And so while we are safe and secure, just where we are, just breathing, I'm going to invite an aspect of you to travel forward into time. And you can be at any point in time you choose. It could be 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, or 20 years from now. You choose. For some of us, we might be saying, yes, that time in the future when everything we might be experiencing about the current health crisis is done, behind us. But you choose. What is that point in time where you would like to travel? And that's a time when you are completely fulfilled and successful. So pick any point in time you wish. And so with that intention of this point in time, just find yourself traveling there now, traveling ahead. Maybe notice the season that you chose to arrive in this place in the future. So I'll invite you now to imagine this place in the future and begin to feel what it's like to be successful and fulfilled. And we're going to do that by greeting your future self. So imagine now that there's a building or a home, some sort of a structure, and you notice a pathway to that structure. And very easily and consciously walking toward that building, to that home, finding your way now to the doorway as you knock on the door. And as the door opens, you're greeted warmly by your future self. That future self in this point in time who is experiencing great fulfillment and success and joy. And so now he or she invites you into the building, and perhaps you can look around and notice some things in the environment that sort of tell you a bit about the journey. Maybe some photographs, or perhaps some souvenirs from some of your travels through the past months or years. They tell you a bit of the story of your journey. And now you and your future self, as agreed, will go to a very comfortable place to sit together to have the dialogue that you've come to have. So once again, imagine that you're moving to this comfortable place, a corner of the room, or just a beautiful place in this environment where the two of you can sit together. And so as you're now settled in, go ahead then and ask your future self, what is it that I need to know in order to be successful? What is it that I need to know in order to be successful? And then quietly and with great listening from your depths, see if you can hear the voice of wisdom from your future self. It might be in the form of words or images or impressions. What does this wonderful future self want to impart to you right now about how you can travel through time and arrive at this point of success and fulfillment? So just listening for the wisdom. And you might also ask your future self, what do I need to know to be more loving and to be happier? What do I need to know to be more loving and to be happier? And once again, listening for those words of wisdom or those impressions or even images that are being imparted to you from your future self. And notice how the words that he or she uses are in fact very loving and filled with joy. So perhaps you've received from some impressions, some words of wisdom to take into your heart about what it takes for you to be happier and more fulfilled and joyful. And now ask your future self, what do I need to release in order to experience all this good? What do I need to release to experience the joy and the fulfillment to be happy and to be successful? So listening again for your future self to share the wisdom about what you might need to release. So I invite you now to see if there are other questions that you would want to ask your future self, the one who is already fulfilled and joyful and successful. What do you want to ask her or ask him right now? So I invite you now to bring this dialogue to a gentle conclusion. And you and your future self can agree right now to come back together from time to time. And see if in fact you would like to do that, to make that agreement, to access the wisdom of your most successful and fulfilled future. And so for now, find yourself moving toward the doorway to the building or the home, that place where you live and work in your most successful future. And now, as it is appropriate for you, go ahead and bid each other goodbye for now. And find yourself then back outside of the building, perhaps taking just a moment to begin to integrate all that was shared, all that wonderful wisdom. And now find yourself back on that pathway, just easily moving away from the building. And now it's an opportunity to just as gently as you can lift off from that place in the future, finding yourself moving effortlessly back through time, finding yourself back in the spring of 2020, finding yourself right over the home that you're living in or the place where you are right now, and then easily, gently dropping back, integrating with your physical body, so that the time traveler and the one who is allowing the time travel can reintegrate. And go ahead then and just maybe stretch a little bit or wiggle your fingers and toes and just find yourself back integrated, and just opening your eyes as you're ready. So I thank you for enjoying, hopefully, that little time travel with me into your most successful future, and see if in fact you can revisit that future self. I also find when I work with others that they find it helpful to do some writing after that visualization, perhaps noting where you were, what it was like, what it felt like, and also perhaps some of those words of wisdom that you might want to journal those. We are going to complete our time together with a prayer, and I am again so delighted to be able to share this word of truth with you, as we simply know that everything about this day and this experience was ideal. Whether you heard or experienced something or not, whether you loved to visualize or you didn't find it all that easy at all, but I know that some good happened because we intend for good. And so I just accept that everything about this day and everything about this experience is now lifted to express its good in just the way it's supposed to. Whether it's through the words that came through, or just the realization that we had some time to be together to just breathe and relax. But what I know is that anything we discovered about our successful future is placed in mind. We're planting that seed. That was not the sound of a seed planting. That was a little bit of a noise. We apologize. So we release this prayer. We know that it is good. We know it is done. And so I so thank you for joining us today at this visualization and meditation version of our Uplift. Remember, the Uplift is available every Monday through Friday. We're here together on Saturdays as well at 1 o'clock. And please do join me and our Vision family to join Reverend Patty on Sundays at 10 a.m. We love you. We are one. We are connected. Thank you so much. We wish you well.